Hey boys and girls, this is Wild Man Willis here. I'm doing a review of Superman, the new 2025 movie starring David Corn Sweat as the new Superman and Nicholas Hoult as the new Lex Luthor. And I must say that this is really the definitive version of these two characters on the big screen. This is like the whole movie is like they plucked them out of the actual comic book. The whole movie feels like you watching an episode of the Justice League from back in the 90s, the ones that everybody used to watch all the time and love. And you get to hear the real Superman theme song, the John Williams new version of that joint. Anytime Superman do something, reason why I love this movie, because it wasn't scared to be a comic book movie. They basically took everything you know about Superman and put it in the movie. Everything that you like from the original comic books. It had Crypto in that joint. The Fortress Solitude looked like the Fortress Solitude from out of the comic book. He even had his robots in that joint. And I love the fact Mom and Pa Kent was in there. And they act like that's their little boy. No matter how old he is, he's Superman. But that's still little Clark to them, and it is so heartwarming. I love the message that this movie put as Superman. You can do what needs to be right no matter what. And that's what this Superman's message is. That is so missing in this day and age right now. And I just love it, man. This movie did everything it was supposed to do and even more. I'm not gonna spoil some other things that happen in the movie that you have to see it for yourself. But yeah, I even like the Justice League. They even had the Hall of Justice from the Super Friends in that joint. So you know they went deep with this joint. This was just a love letter to DC Comics. And they wasn't scared to have that in this movie. And I'm so happy to finally get a Superman movie that is comic book accurate. I love the Christopher Reeve joint, but it's still some stuff that they didn't do because that was back in the 70s. And they couldn't really do what they could do in this movie because that was back in the day. But now they got the technology to do it. And I just love everything about this movie, especially Crypto, man. Crypto was the dude, man. He acted just like a real dog, even though it was a CGI dog. He was on there cutting up. And they gave you a reason why he was cutting up the way he was. So, man. And Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult played him to a T. Played the jealous businessman perfectly. Everybody was perfect in this movie. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner was great. I love the Hawk Girl. I love Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific was cool in that joint. Man, this was the comic book movie to end all comic book movies. This is one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. If you're a real comic book fan, this one was made for you. This is quite far the best Superman movie so far. This is Wild Man Willis signing off. Here you go. You have a good night. And Superman still fighting for truth and justice in the American way.